Hello, and welcome to the season premiere of The Current. My name is Grace, and today we'll be talking to members of UNCW's track and field team. We'll hear about their experiences as student athletes and get their real take on rival schools. So sit tight, because The Current starts right now.
Today I have the pleasure of talking with Brylee, Tart, and Brylee Montanari, members of UNCW's track and field team. Why don't we start things off by telling me a little bit about yourselves, like what year you are, what's your major, what events you do?
Yeah, so I'm a sophomore. My name is Brylee Tart. I'm a psychology major, and I'm a pole vaulter.
My name is Brylee. I'm a sophomore. I'm majoring in finance and professional selling, and I'm a hurdler.
Oh, wow. So I know it can be hard balancing life as like a D1 athlete and a full-time student. So why don't y'all tell us a little bit about what it's like trying to balance the two?
So obviously, first for us is academics. We like to think academics, then athletics, then social life. So I personally like to try to get all of my academic stuff done first. That's my main priority, so that when I'm at practice and at meets, I can just be fully focused on that and not have to worry about the academic part of it.
Yeah.
And then once the academics and athletic side of it is kind of over, I like to carve out time for my social life to see my friends.
I also feel like being surrounded by people who are doing the same thing helps, like how we both go to practice and class and do our homework and try to make time for friends.
Right.
It's easier to do it when other people are doing it too.
And y'all are pretty much best friends, so it kind of makes it easy for the social part.
Yeah, very easy.
Okay, so y'all have the big CAA championship coming up. How's the team looking? How are you feeling?
We're looking good. Everyone's PRing lots of top 10 performances this season. So I think that we're all really excited to just show what we can do.
Yeah, it's very challenging to make it to this meet, but it's also very rewarding. We've all had to work really hard for it. It's the biggest meet of the indoor season, so I think everyone's really excited, just excited to go show everyone what we can do.
Yeah, definitely. And then what events are you guys doing there? Do you know yet?
Yeah, I'm hurdling, and I'm doing the 60 dash as well.
Okay.
And I'm just pole vaulting.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do y'all know how many people are going to be there, how many teams?
I don't know how many is in our conference.
Yeah, it's just however many are in our conference. We are personally not bringing our entire team,
right.
So I don't know if other teams are doing that or not too.
Yeah. Okay.
But the past year, last year, it was a pretty big meet, so.
Okay, yeah, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
I know it's all the way in New York City, so that's really fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
But can you walk us through what a day in your life is like when you're on the road preparing for a meet?
Yeah, so usually, for at least this season, we've been traveling and competing the same day. So we usually get up really early in the morning, meet at the track 6 a.m., and then take our 5-6 hour bus ride to somewhere in Virginia, and usually stop to get sandwiches halfway through, which ends up being 9 a.m.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and then they feed us dinner and stuff while we're there, but it's kind of just, it's an early morning, everyone sleeps usually for the first half of the bus ride, and then we all kind of do our hair and makeup and get ready on the bus, and then everyone just kind of locks in, and we get there. In the past 2 meets, we've kind of gotten there and just had to get going. Everyone has to start warming up, which is a little bit intimidating, but it's also just, it's exciting.
Thanks so much for answering all our questions, but later we're going to play a little bit of a game, but now I'm going to take it back to Grace for Wave Watch.
For more information about the track team, visit their website or follow them on Instagram at UNCW Track XC. To support the women's track team, come out to the Seahawks Spring Invitational on March 1st and 2nd. Now, let's throw it back to Kennedy.
So I'm back with Brylee and Brylee, and we're going to do a game of Rank That Event. So out of all these events, what all have you guys done?
Okay, so I've done the 60-meter dash, I've done pole vault, I've done hurdles, I ran the 400 one time, and that's it.
I've done the 60, I tried pole vault for a little while, hurdles, and then I've done all these too, yeah.
So what are you guys' favorites, and what do you not like?
So obviously pole vault is my favorite. I also think that hurdles is fun. For me, it was very painful on my shins, but it was fun for the time being. And then My least favorite would probably be triple jump because I've never done it, but it looks like it would be pretty painful on your shins. So
I would imagine so.
yeah, yeah.
My favorite's hurdles, obviously. I think my least favorite, it's probably javelin or high jump. I hated both and I really couldn't do it. I was horrible at them.
Okay, well, since I've heard it's a big debate on track teams, like which events are the
Yeah.
hardest, so we're gonna watch y'all rank these based on what y'all think is the hardest.
Okay.
Okay,
Do you want to start with the easiest? I feel like that's
Yeah.
the obvious one.
the 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 60, it's hard to be good at,
But it's
but
easy
like,
to
it's
do.
easy. You're running 60 meters, so it's
Right.
like you could jog it and
Oh.
be fine, but like
Anybody could run the 60. It's hard to be really good at a 60.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess the 400 too, because once again, it's just running.
But the 400 is really like painful.
It's painful.
It's like-
That is the thing.
Oh wow.
Maybe,
Yeah, that's long.
maybe jav.
Yeah.
'Cause you're
Jav is
throwing-
really hard, but like I do
Yeah, I
think the
haven't
other
done it.
ones are. Like I mean, I was able to throw the javelin, just not very well. So okay, we can do jav next.
Okay.
Did y'all do most of these in high school or when you got here?
College.
College?
Yeah.
Yeah. My coach made me a multi for the first year, so I did all the events. I'm not a multi anymore.
You had
So
to
I
figure
had to
it
try
out.
them all, yeah. Okay.
Next, maybe we could put the 400 next.
Yeah. It's really. It's
Because
probably the
it's-
most painful out of all
yeah.
of them.
It's very
After you
painful.
run it, I'd be dying.
And it's another one that's really hard to be good at, but yeah.
Anybody
You
can
can't-
go
yeah,
and do all
right.
the 400. Okay.
Y'all are doing good. Y'all are flying through these.
Okay. This is where it gets hard though.
Yeah.
I think high jump's harder than triple jump.
Oh, for sure. I would have to agree because high jump, it's like pole vault. You have to jump over something, whereas triple jump, you're just.
Yeah. Pole vault's
Can
probably.
you explain triple jump a little bit? Like,
Yeah. It's like.
Okay, so there's 3 phases. So haven't done it, but I do know that there are 3 phases.
Yeah.
It's just a series of 3 jumps. It
Do you know what like bounding is sort of? Like it's like a jump, but you try to get as much air as possible.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So usually it's like either left, left, right, 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 left.
Okay.
And so I think it's 2 of the jumps are on the runway, and then the last one will go into the sand pit.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got you, I got you.
So it's very similar to long jump, just it's 3 jumps instead of just
bounds.
1.
Yeah, I
Do you
can
remember
see
that,
where
like,
that would be hard.
Invisible box challenge a while ago, and like
Yes.
basically it's kind of like that. The first step, because you like
So I bet y'all are
jump-
pretty good at that. Did you try it?
awful.
Yeah, no, not
Not
necessarily.
But I do think high jump is harder than triple jump because you have
I'd
to
have
get
to agree.
up, and it's kind of like doing a back bend
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think we should put triple jump next.
You want me to?
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
All right.
I think hurdles is next.
Yeah, because hurdles is, once again, it's just running, except you're
Jumping.
jumping over hurdles, which is
And
pretty
there
scary.
is the 60 hurdles or like the 100 hurdles and 400 hurdles.
Oh, okay.
400 hurdles is like a death race. Like that's the one that I don't think anybody would ever want to do.
Right.
So it's like I think 400 hurdles is easier than 100 hurdles though. Like
Okay.
Because
can
you have
just
more time
jump.
in between
Right.
the hurdles.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now y'all are down to the last 2.
Ugh,
I
I don't
think
know.
pole vault should be hardest.
I agree,
Are you a
because
little biased?
I did pole vault. I tried pole vault in high school, and for reference, Brylee clears about 12, and I cleared 6. So it was not for me, but it was
Yeah.
really hard.
I think because you're using your whole body. And it's
Right.
also like, it's really intimidating. You're running full force with a giant
With a
pole in your
little
hand at an
stick.
inanimate object. Lots of things can go wrong.
Yeah.
Personally, I did gymnastics for 11 years. So like when I first started pole vault, I was like, okay, it's scary, but I'm not
Right,
doing
you're
flips
used
on a
to it,
4-inch
yeah.
beam anymore. So
Right.
yeah. I mean, I think to someone who maybe has never had the experience of like having to use their spatial awareness, I feel like pole vault would probably be pretty
Yeah,
pretty
I don't
difficult.
think there's any way that I could do it, but
No.
props to y'all.
It's really hard.
Yeah, because high jump is kind of the same. Like you have to have that spatial awareness.
But you don't have a pole.
You don't have a pole.
Yeah.
It's your
Right.
body, and not quite as high off the ground. So
Well, there it is. We
There's
ranked
our
it all.
list. Yeah.
Well, thank y'all so much for playing our game and for talking with us. And that's it, but thank y'all so much.
yeah, thank you for having us.
It was great.